forever.
In my soul.
And that's all for this edition of Dateline. We'll see you again next Friday at 9, 8 Central. And of course, I'll see you each weeknight for NBC Nightly News. I'm Lester Holt for all of us at NBC News. Good night.
Dateline episodes are available as podcasts. Listen now.
Oh boy, it's really kicking up.
And you can see it right there, that breaking news, 2 brush fires burning along the 118 freeway just a few exits apart. The flames got so close to homes out there, you can see people came out with their hoses. These are just a couple of the many fires we've seen pop up this week. Good evening, everyone. I'm Colleen Williams.
And I'm Michael Brownlee in for Chuck tonight. We're streaming right now on Roku, Fire TV, and Apple TV.
NBC4's Robert Kovacic is live right now in Granada Hills with some new details about what happened out there. Robert?
Colleen and Michael, these are new details about these 2 fires. Coincidence or connected? First, we have Battalion Chief Andrew Worden joining us live here now with the news that has just come in. First of all, Chief, let's start with the 2 fires. Tell us about them tonight.
So the fire started down at Reseda. We got word of a first fire, and as we were responding to that first fire at Reseda, we got a second fire that started here at Havenhurst.
When we spoke at about 10:45 tonight, you told me as of now we didn't see a correlation. The CHP has just come to you with what information?
So the CHP just relayed to us that they had reports of a black van that was traveling eastbound on the 118, throwing fireworks out the window toward the embankment along the 118 freeway, starting at Reseda.
This has got to be disheartening news for the Los Angeles Fire Department tonight, Chief. It is a windy night here in LA. You know things are going to get warmer.
Out here all night. So we're going to have patrols out here all night, making sure that we don't have any embers that are getting into the homes that are adjacent to this fire.
It was such fast work tonight by the LAFD. Let's take a look. It is now time for cleanup, but for the Los Angeles Fire Department, it could have been catch-up. Just ask Rhonda Elliott.
Yes, definitely scary, intense. Could feel the heat when we walked out of our house. When I walked out of my house, I could feel the heat from this coming off of it, and I'm about 7 houses down.
Rhonda sharing her cell phone video with NBC4 of the brush fire when it began off the 118 at Havenhurst. All Nancy Brazil could think about is what happened this week in Laguna Niguel, and took action.
All we saw was embers just flying over our house, and it was really scary. So we just got out the water and we started watering. I mean, what do you do, right?
What'd you do? You took your hose to the roof?
Yes. We took our hose to the roof and we just started watering and started calling our neighbors.
Hoses on roofs with a fire all too close. News Chopper 4 overhead as the response was underway on this windy night in LA. We could have a tricky night ahead.
We could have a tricky night. We do have fire weather right now. We have enough dry air and wind tonight. And with the temperatures going up tomorrow, we're definitely going to be on a heightened sense of awareness.
And as you heard, we were just talking about that heightened sense of awareness. This is the cleanup. It is basically done here along the 118. But I just want to cross the street and give you an idea of just how intense this fire was. It may have been small, but it was furious. The fence here outside of this neighbor's home has started to bend. It has almost started to melt. This plastic fence here just too close to the fire this evening. And it bears repeating, Michael and Colleen, we are talking about 2 fires tonight off of the 118 freeway. You heard it here for the first time on NBC4 just a minute ago. A black SUV throwing firecrackers may be the reason why. It's going to be a long night for the LAFD. It's probably going to be a very long weekend for them as well. We're live tonight here in Granada Hills. I'm Robert Kovacic. Let's go back to you.
All right, Robert, you've been talking about the weather out there, and certainly we've seen a number of these brush fires the past couple of days. What about the weather situation?
I think the main thing as we get into our weekend is that we're going to have an issue with dry conditions and also warmer conditions as well. So here's the very latest with the fire that we're tracking there in Granada Hills. We've got a